Cody Rhodes destroying people on the McFor 30 Minutes WWE playlist. You want to know what drives me absolutely insane about modern wrestling fans? It's when they have the audacity to claim that Cody Rhodes is just okay on the microphone. Are you kidding me? We're talking about a man who has WWE Hall of Famers saying he's the best promo guy they've ever seen in their entire careers, and you've got keyboard warriors on Twitter saying he's overrated. This is the same man who went toe-to-toe with The Rock, in verbal battles and didn't just survive, he thrived. The same guy who stared down Roman Reigns for 2 years and kept the entire WWE universe hanging on his every single word. If you think Cody Rhodes isn't one of the greatest talkers in wrestling history, then you either haven't been paying attention or you're just a hater. Drop a comment right now if you think Cody is the best on the mic in WWE today, because what I'm about to break down will silence all the doubters. Let me paint you a picture of where we are right now in professional wrestling. We're in an era where everybody can do a Canadian destroyer, where everybody has a 5-star match on any given Tuesday, where the in-ring work has never been better across the board. But you know what's been lost? The ability to make people care, the ability to sell a match with words, the ability to make 20,000 people in an arena hang on every syllable you speak. And that is where Cody Rhodes separates himself from 99% of the roster. WWE Hall of Famer Don Muraco, a man who worked with everybody from Bruno Sammartino to Hulk Hogan, said that Cody Rhodes is the best promo guy he's ever seen in his entire time in the business. Not just good, not just great, the best. And you know what? He's absolutely right. Here's your first question for the comments. Who do you think is the best talker in WWE history, Cody Rhodes, The Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin? Be honest. Let me tell you why Cody's mic work is so devastating. It's not just about the words he says, it's about the structure, the delivery, the intelligence behind every promo. When Cody walks out with that microphone, he's not just cutting a wrestling promo, he's giving a performance that would make actors jealous. Think about his signature opening. So, what do you want to talk about? Genius. It's conversational, it's engaging, it makes the audience feel like they are part of the moment. He lists a few topics, builds anticipation, and then zeroes in on the one thing that matters. It's organized, it's deliberate, it's masterful. But let's talk about the moments where Cody Rhodes didn't just cut a good promo, he cut promos that will be remembered forever. The WrestleMania XL build with The Rock was legendary. When The Rock came back and tried to take Cody's spot in the main event, when the final boss slapped him across the face, when the entire wrestling world thought Cody was going to get buried, what did he do? He stood his ground. He looked The Rock dead in the eye and told him that his words meant nothing, that the insults were irrelevant, that Cody was going to finish his story regardless. And you know what the most incredible part was? The Rock, the people's champion, got BOOED. The crowd was chanting, "We want Cody at the Great One." When was the last time that happened? When was the last time someone out-charisma'd The Rock in a verbal battle? Quick trivia: Cody Rhodes won back-to-back Royal Rumbles in 2023 and 2024. Can you name the last person to do that before him? Answer in the comments. Let me break down what makes Cody's promo style so effective. First, there's the vocabulary. This man uses words that make you reach for a dictionary. He doesn't dumb it down, he doesn't talk in catchphrases and one-liners. He speaks with eloquence, with sophistication, with the kind of vocabulary that makes you listen. Second, there's the emotion, whether he's fired up and screaming about finishing his story, or he's calm and measured like when he responded to The Rock's insults. Cody knows how to modulate his voice to fit the moment. He understands that sometimes you need to be loud, and sometimes the quietest voice in the room is the most powerful. Third, there's the authenticity. You can feel the genuine emotion behind every word. When he talks about his father Dusty Rhodes, when he references the Hard Times promo, when he speaks about carrying his family legacy, it's real. It's not scripted corporate speak. It's coming from the heart. The promo before Survivor Series WarGames in 2024 was incredible. Cody took a match that had very little storyline going into it and made everyone care. He talked about how he always defeats whoever Paul Heyman is working with. He referenced his father's involvement in WarGames history. He took shots at everyone on the opposing team with surgical precision. That's the American Nightmare at his absolute best. And speaking of Paul Heyman, the greatest talker of his generation, even he has been left speechless by Cody. The verbal battles between Rhodes and the special counsel during the Roman Reigns feud were appointment television. Two masters of the craft going back and forth, each trying to one-up the other. Here's another question. Do you think Cody Rhodes inherited his promo skills from Dusty, or did he develop his own unique style? Sound off below. But let's talk about range, because that's what truly makes someone great on the microphone, the ability to adapt to any situation. As a heel in Ring of Honor and New Japan, Cody was arrogant, cocky, absolutely insufferable in the best way possible. He could make you hate him with just a few words. As the spokesperson for AEW during its formation, he was inspirational, revolutionary, the voice of a movement that was going to change wrestling forever. As a babyface in WWE, he's genuine, he's relatable, he's the guy you want to root for because you can feel his passion and his journey. That's not just being good at one thing, that's being a complete performer who can excel in any role. The promo where he reunited with his brother Dustin Rhodes in AEW, unforgettable. His voice was trembling with emotion as he said he didn't need a partner or a friend, he just needed his older brother. The embrace that followed was one of the most memorable moments in AEW history, and it was all set up by Cody's words. When he returned to WWE in 2022, that first promo where he talked about finishing his story, about the unfinished business, about becoming the WWE champion that his father never could be, the entire wrestling world stopped to listen. And here's what separates Cody from so many others: he makes his opponents look better when he's in a verbal exchange with Kevin Owens, with AJ Styles, with Seth Rollins, with anybody. He elevates them, he makes the feud feel important. He makes you want to see the match. Seth Rollins himself has said that working with Cody brings out the best in him. Their promos together are electric because both men are operating at such a high level. Final trivia question: Cody Rhodes has won the WWE Championship twice. How long was his first reign as champion? Drop your answer. The WarGames build showed another dimension of his mixed skills: trash talk. He took shots at Braun Breaker, at Bronson Reed, at Logan Paul, at everyone on the opposing team, and it wasn't generic "I'm gonna beat you" garbage. It was specific, it was personal, it was effective. When he feuded with John Cena, arguably one of the greatest talkers in WWE history, Cody more than held his own. The back and forth between these two was must-see television because both men understood how to build a match with words. Here's what I love most about Cody's promos: he respects the audience, he doesn't talk down to people. He doesn't assume they are stupid, he gives them credit for being intelligent fans who understand nuance and storytelling. When he references his father's legacy, he's not just doing it for cheap pops, he's tying his story to wrestling history. He's showing respect to those who came before while forging his own path. The finish, the story narrative, was brilliant because it was simple enough for casual fans to understand but layered enough for hardcore fans to appreciate all the depths. Compare Cody's promos to most of the roster, and I'm not trying to bury anybody, but so many wrestlers today rely on scripted lines that sound corporate. They sound like they are reading from a teleprompter. They don't sound like real people having real emotions. Cody sounds like a man with something to prove, like someone fighting for his legacy, like someone who earned his spot through blood, sweat, and tears. His vocabulary is extensive. He uses words like eloquence, magnetism, irrelevant, not to sound smart, but because those words convey exactly what he wants to say. He's precise with his language. Barry Horowitz, another WWE legend, put Cody's promo skills up there with Ric Flair and The Rock. Those are the names we're talking about. The greatest to ever do it. And Cody belongs in that conversation. The intensity he brings when he needs to bring intensity, like when he told The Rock to go F*** yourself, is unmatched. That mic drop won awards. That became one of the most talked about moments of the entire year. But he can also be subtle. He can be measured. He can speak softly and make you lean in to hear every word because you don't want to miss anything. That's mastery of the craft. That's understanding that not every promo needs to be delivered at 100 miles per hour. Sometimes the most powerful moments come when you pull back. Here's my final question for the comments: if you could have Cody Rhodes cut one promo on anybody in wrestling, past or present, who would it be and why? The playlist WWE put together of Cody destroying people on the mic for 30 minutes is essential viewing for anybody who wants to understand what makes a great talker in professional wrestling. You see him adapt to different opponents, different situations, different emotions. You see the evolution of his character. You see a man who understands that the microphone is just as important as in-ring ability. Cody himself has said that people remember promos and character work more than they remember matches. His father's Hard Times promo is more iconic than most of Dusty's actual matches. That's the power of being great on the microphone. And Cody has inherited that understanding. He knows that the words he speaks will echo longer than any suplex or clothesline. The WWE Universe is blessed to have Cody Rhodes on the microphone every single week, whether he's opening Raw with a promo, whether he's in a backstage segment, whether he's engaged in a verbal battle with a rival. You know it's going to be appointment television. So to all the haters who say Cody is overrated on the mic, watch the playlist, watch him verbally destroy The Rock, watch him build anticipation for Roman Reigns. Watch him make you care about matches you didn't even know you wanted to see and then come back and tell me he's not one of the greatest talkers in wrestling history. I'll wait. Smash that like button if you think Cody Rhodes is the best on the mic in WWE. Subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 for more honest wrestling analysis and drop your hottest takes in the comments. Who's the best talker in wrestling today? What's Cody's greatest promo of all time? Let's get this comment section blazing. Because at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes isn't just good on the microphone, he's gene rational. And if you can't see that, you're not paying attention. I'll catch you in the next one.